Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome to the Ring Roadmap. Today we're here to talk about some unorthodox body shots, unorthodox body counters. And this is the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of people know how to counter to the head, but they're never trained to shoot to the body whenever they're trying to counter. And this is really an effective thing that everybody should master. So before we begin, I want to make sure that I will play it in slow motion so that you guys can see the tiny details. And with that, let's get right into it. Okay, so the first punch that we're going to look at is the ducking hooks. What Mike McCallum basically does here is that after his opponent throws a hook and then they overcommit to it, usually they will over-rotate their body, okay? Now from this position, their liver is quite protected, okay? Good job there. But their solar plexus is exposed, and this is where Mike McCallum takes advantage of it. He positions himself in a way that, you know, if his opponent decides to overcommit on a shot, he can catch him on the best spot. Which spot is this? This is going to be the solar plexus. So right here you can see him hooking, and so he didn't necessarily land that clean, but if you look at his other fights, he did land this, or he does land this consistently. However, this is the only fight that we're gonna look at today, so yeah. So the next thing that I want to look at is the left uppercut. Okay, so a while ago it was a left hook after the left hook of his opponent. This one is going to be after any left hand shot. And again, the result of throwing the left hand and then overcommitting to it is that the opponent usually squares up. So right here, as you can see once again, or the opponent rotates their body leftwards. They don't square up, they rotate their body leftwards. Now the result of this is that when their opponent throws this shot and then they overcommit to it, they are forced to rotate their body, and as a result, their solar plexus, or the middle of their stomach, is more exposed. Okay, so from this position, instead of trying to land the hook to the liver, what Mike McCallum does is he takes advantage of it by throwing a left uppercut to the solar plexus instead. And this one kind of looked like a left hook to the body, but if you play it in slow motion, it's actually a left uppercut to the center. Like, that's how sneaky this punch is. It kind of looks like a hook if you're just looking at it for the first time. But you play it in slow motion and you'll see that it's actually a left uppercut to the stomach of his opponent right there. Okay, let's look at another one. Again, here Curry will throw a left uppercut, rotate his body. As you can see, by throwing these left hand shots, you are rotating your body leftwards. So that's your way of gathering momentum and increasing the power of your punches from the left side. The thing that McCallum takes advantage of here is the opening in the middle of the stomach, and this is where he throws his left uppercut, his left hook. He times it in a way that after his opponent throws the punch, they are in a position where the middle of their stomach is open. So this is where he takes advantage of it. And then here you're gonna see him again throw a left uppercut to the stomach of Donald Curry. Boom. And then he gets caught with the right hand in return. After that, he throws a right uppercut and then another right uppercut on that one. Speaking of right uppercut, now we're gonna talk about the bending uppercut of Mike McCallum. What he does here is that after his opponent throws a shot, he will bend at the waist, and then he will sneak in a right uppercut as he goes up, right here. So just look at this for yourself. His opponent, Curry, will first throw a jab and then a right hook. He's gonna bend down, and instead of staying there, right, he's gonna throw a right uppercut and then move his head away from the center, move his head more to the left, boom, and then follow it up with the left hook to the body. Let's look at some better angles here. McCallum will again throw a jab, baiting Curry to throw the right hand in return, bending at the waist. Instead of staying there, he's gonna sneak in a right uppercut, because from this position a lot of people just become static. So when they bend at the waist, they just stay there. They don't really counter. The reason why is because your vision is really limited. But what most people tend to forget is that when you bend at the waist, you can still see the body. And this is why body shot counterpunching, or body counterpunching, is really important to teach, because it allows you to operate in positions that you wouldn't be able to operate in, or it enables you to counter from positions where you can't really see the head. So just like in this one, he bends at the waist, he can't really see the head of Donald Curry, but he can still see the stomach of Donald Curry. So he's here, even though his vision is really limited, he's still able to counter, and he's still able to hurt Curry in a way and keep Curry guessing. So again here, Curry will throw a jab, and then as you can see, McCallum already knows that the next follow-up shot is going to be a right hand, so he's going to bend at the waist, boom. And then he throws the uppercut as he comes up. He does it at the same time. This is going to be awkward if it's your first time practicing this, but you know, I've been practicing this one for almost a year now, and it comes off pretty natural these days. So definitely work on it. Just bend at the waist, throw the uppercut as you come up. Do it in one motion, okay? Don't throw the uppercut and then come up. You have to do it in one motion. Hopefully I can show you guys, a sparring footage of me where I do this soon when I spar somebody. I'll try to pull this off so I can demonstrate it. So here's the next one. Again, he's gonna bend out the waist. Here he's he commits a little more to it, right? On the past one, he didn't really square up after he threw the right uppercut, so he just kind of stayed there. Boom. He didn't really rotate his hips as much, but here you can see him get that full rotation in. Boom. Getting the weight, or transferring the weight to the back leg. As he throws the uppercut, he goes back to the front leg. He squares up here, and then throwing a left uppercut in the next punch, which didn't really land. Now let's look at the knockout punch of McCallum against Donald Curry, just so that we can take some time to appreciate the craft of this. As you can see here, he bends at the waist. Okay, he bends at the waist again, signaling a right uppercut to the body. So what does Donald Curry do? Donald Curry decides to try and catch him with a hook. So he tries to catch him on his way down. Donald Curry tried to catch Mike McCallum on his way down with a check hook, or with a left hook, I should say. And then he did, right? He succeeded in that particular sequence. But what McCallum does here is that instead of staying static, he's gonna rotate his body to the left side, and then here he's able to throw a left hook. So just look at this again. He's gonna bend at the waist. Curry will try to beat him to the punch by throwing a left hook first. Boom, he succeeded on that one. But guess what? Now he's in a position where he's open for the left hook. He over-rotated his body as he threw his own left hook. I'm talking about Donald Curry here. And because of this, it was very hard for him to step back, as you can see here. It was very hard for him to step back because his body was bladed all the way, and he overcommitted on the hook. And then from this position, all McCallum had to do really is to leap in and then throw his own hook, catching McCallum on his way out. Boom. In fact, he wasn't even able to get out. And then there, he's out, man. He's out. So that was it. Mike McCallum, a great body puncher. I wish I could make a video or a series of film study on all of Mike McCallum's fights, because all of them, man, if you watch all of McCallum's fights, there are really some technical stuff that you can take away from every single one of them. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and watch him, go ahead and study him. In the meantime, please support me on Patreon. A lot of exclusive content over there. I also talk to boxers, amateur boxers privately. They consult with me on a regular basis. I study their tape. And I make programs, man. I make complete programs for fighters. So if you want to check that out, definitely check out the Patreon and join for as low as $3. That was it. See you guys soon. Peace out. Subscribe if you're new. Yeah, I already said that. Shit. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.